Hello and welcome to a freshly exported MP4 file. Before you click away and ruin my watch time, let me show you something really saucy. Ready? I know, right? It's a Sony Ericsson C902, and look how tiny it is. It is smaller than my patience with this whole corona nonsense. And back in 2009, it used to be my phone of choice. But unfortunately, almost every love story comes to an end. Elon Musk and Henry Fisker, Seal and Barbie, PewDiePie and Happy Wheels.
You little bitch!
And at some point, I desired more from our relationship. I wanted a smart boy. So I bought a used Apple Funkadoodle. And yes, the first iPhone deserves a ton of credit for basically reinventing the wheel. But this thing was slow. It had a really terrible camera, and web browsing on Edge or GPRS was straight up f***ing garbage. I still love you though. And after 2 years of shit like, hey, can I log into my Facebook with your phone real quick? And hey, can you just open maps and get some directions?
So we won't be late to that party.
I got my first real smartphone. And I was very excited. In fact, I was so excited that I even took a picture. A picture of me, obviously not a cigarette, and a phone contract I wasn't really able to pay.
7 years later.
It is probably hard to believe that I usually don't treat my stuff like shit, but this phone has a long history of sliding out of my pocket and other dumb stuff. My last experiment on that thing involved trying to bend the OLED panel. You know, like a foldable phone. Yes, sometimes I am that stupid. But I'm a sentimental boy as well. That's why I'm not going to let this thing rest in pepperonis. I want to bring it back from the dead, because it's also kind of fun. So what's the mission here? Well, first I just wanted to replace the front panel. But even a Chinese knockoff replacement part costs more than the entire phone. That's why I got an entire phone. For $8. Are you shitting me? I mean, sure, this thing has a broken USB port, but we don't need that thing anyway. And everything else works perfectly fine. That's why we're going to take out the logic board from my old phone and put it inside this junky boy. We're gonna swap it like it's hot. And it's ridiculously easy to perform surgery on such old devices. Just this step would have taken me 30 minutes on a modern phone. To get inside the Galaxy S3, we need to get rid of 10 tiny Phillips screws on the back. The bottom two kinda like to give you a hard time, but if you haven't cut your fingernails for a week, you should be fine. Now we can easily lift up the plastic back, so we can gain full access to the logic board. Can someone please make smartphones that f***ing easy to repair again? Those PCBs have slightly different colors. Why? We unplugged the little connector for the loudspeaker, because this chunk is in our way and it needs to go. Now we unplug the front-facing camera, the battery, click, the display connector, and the bottom end of the antenna cable. The entire board is now held by a single Phillips screw. Some may even say it has a lot of screw-sponsibility. We carefully lift up both logic boards without damaging any cable. And here it is. This board has seen a lot of shit over 8 years. Or maybe not, because it was dark. And I'm very excited to keep this thing alive. But first, we need to say goodbye to our old friend, broken OLED panel. Now we can carefully put the logic board into its new housing and make sure that all the connectors rest above the board. Because plugging them back is really fun and satisfying. And kind of essential for the phone to work. That antenna cable isn't as fun though. The connector is very tiny and tight, and it took me a couple of minutes to succeed. To round up our surgery, we screw back that little screw into the mainboard. We put back the loudspeaker. And that plastic plate from the beginning. And let's not forget those 10 Phillips screws. So let's see if this thing actually boots. Oh, 2 back arrows, eh? I guess mine looks better. And it boots. Who would have guessed that? I've really enjoyed that little swapping, mainly because it was easier than I thought. And there you have it, a little homage to my very first real smartphone. There you go, buddy. Congratulations. And a little reminder of how easy it was in 2012 to repair a phone you actually own. Thank you so much for watching. I really I really appreciate you joining me on that journey. And I hopefully see you in the next one. Hey, how about we spend some more time together, my dude? So check out this video right here. You can also press on that video as well. And don't forget to hit my stupid face.